Okay, so I'm pretty sure, for the most part, that I'm streaming live now. This has been an undertaking, even for someone who works in IT, to get this to like work correctly and stuff. So, hello everybody out there, maybe. Um, so, why on earth am I doing this tonight? Well, I'm stuck at home, um, as we all are, being safe and whatnot. And I thought it would be really fun to go back in time and play some music that I wrote with some of my good friends like 27 years ago now at this point. I was 15 years old. We took an entire week off of school, went down to a recording studio in Hutchinson, and spent an entire week in the recording studio putting out this album. And it was a ridiculous amount of fun. We were in the studio for the first time. This is stuff we had never done before. And it was like some of the best lessons I've learned in my life was hanging out in this recording studio and learning stuff that I would wind up using for the rest of my life in studio sessions since then. And it was just so many crazy things, happened to make that happen. Our parents letting us leave school for an entire week to go hang out basically unsupervised, a bunch of 15 and 16 years old. So it was a lot of fun. So hopefully the video quality works out and isn't terrible. So we're going to get started from scratch. And so this is an album that I took from cassette tape and went to digital off of a cassette that sat in my mom's house for like 25 years probably. Sat in my old room, and I've put it onto digital. And so it's not great quality, but we'll see what we can do with it. So without further ado, here is Amorphous Clatter's debut album. Jason and Mike and Chris, if you're out there and check this out someday, miss you guys. Stay safe wherever you are, and hope to see you guys soon again. And here we go.
Reception on channel 2. I see a big yellow bird. Yes, it's the green character. Not at this time. Mommy and I sit down to watch TV. Don't understand that I cannot see the point of view. Why don't you just let it go? The way you watch it, like an African rats, sit watching every day, time after time. Yes, it's on the way. There's something wrong with the can. That ain't what I understand. Maybe it's rubber ducky, and it's Mommy and I sit down to watch TV. Can't understand that I cannot see the point of view of this show. Why don't you just let it go? The way you watch it like Labrador rats, sit watching every day, time after time. Same old same. Yes, it's on the way. Mommy and I sit down to watch TV. Don't understand that I cannot see the point of this show. Why don't you just let it go? The way you watch it, like Labrador rats, sit watching every day, time after time. Same old same. Yes, it's on the way.
So that one was called Ernie, if I recall, about Sesame Street. And I believe this one is George. Briefly and, well, take a sip of beer. So the next song is called Gonads. And I remember we wrote about it because in health class we learned about gonads, and we were 15 and we thought that was hilarious, so we wrote a song about it. So the funny thing about working in a studio back then that I remember is that I think we were given the option of using a click track, and we had no idea what that was, like at all. And so we just kind of played it as is and just followed the drummer, which worked out great. And surprisingly, it worked out pretty well. So the next one is kind of our heavy ballad. It's called Ode to Silence. I actually sing on this one. I'm not singing it tonight, nor will I ever again. But here we go. effect on the guitar on that one. So that was a lot of fun. So this bass I am using is the one that I got when I was, this is probably like this is the third bass that I've owned. And this is the oldest bass that I've held on to. And I haven't played this in years. It's just like the Beatles Ringo song. Our drummer actually wrote this one, and the vocals for it. Mike down in New Zealand. Hope everything's going okay for you guys down there. I haven't seen you in years. Miss you guys. So this right there, that divot, is from my thumb, because apparently I didn't know how to cut my fingernails when I was in high school, and wore right through the finish on that. Also on here, there's a nice big divot out of the headstock, because I watched a Pearl Jam video and saw Jeff Ament hit, probably Dave Abruzzese or Jeremy Irons at the time drumming for Pearl Jam, used to hit the cymbals with his headstock, and I thought that was super rad, so I did that too, and took a divot out of my bass doing that. So yeah, and after I got other basses in college, I started using this thing to collect signatures. And that, on the headstock, actually is from high school. That's from the composer David Fanshawe, who did African Songtooth. And on the neck, the back, we've got Bill Prince, John Patitucci, and way down here, Jazz Fest 99, that's Eric Marienthal, the saxophone of Lisa Simpson. So up next on the album, the cassette, as it were, we're now moving on to side 2. For any of you who are younger than 30 who are listening, which is probably nobody, you used to get to the end of the cassette and have to flip it over to the other side. So now we're on side 2. And so the lead-off track on side 2 was always a tricky one to figure out. We wanted something that was pretty grabbing. So we wrote this number about people who knock on your door and annoy you. And it's called Who Dis? So that was Who Dis. I think up next is Harmonicony, because we called it that because it was a harmonic in E at the start of the song. Although, if I recall, the song's actually in the key of A. But, you know, going back, thinking back years ago, like Harmonicony was always our set opener or a show opener. Playing back 6th Avenue Youth Center in Alexandria on 6th Street, which at least for a while was 6th Avenue Wine and Ale, but I'm not sure what it is now. But I played a ton of shows there when I was in high school. And my mom was on the thread earlier. She's probably still watching now. She knows this now. I've already told her this. But we used to have a dumpster outside 6th Avenue where we would have older folks buy us beer. We'd give them money. There's like this whole weird thing where we would leave money like someplace in town. Someone would get it with the order of what we wanted, and then they would drop off the beer someplace else. And usually it was in the dumpster behind 6th Avenue. And so before the show, we would go and like drink a bunch of really crappy warm beers from a dumpster, and then go out on stage on 6th Avenue. Yeah, it's the high school was special. So up next is Harmonicony. To the last song of the evening. This song, the last cut on the cassette, is actually pretty special for a couple of reasons. The first off is that this last song that we've got is, I think, the only holdover from when Amorphous Clatter was known as Tyrant, which was Tyrant was just pretty much more of a metal band, and then Amorphous Clatter got more into like the alternative style of things. And I think the last song is the last holdover from the Tyrant days. And this is a song that I wrote and I sang. Once again, I apologize. This is a song I wrote and sang. And this song is about the fact that I grew up on a very busy country road and lost dozens of cats growing up that got hit by cars. And my way of dealing with that was writing a song about it. And the song I wrote is called The Kitty Cat Died. Years later, I found out, apparently, that some kids in Fergus Falls, a few years younger than me at the time, made their own music video about this song, which I saw, and it was interesting. So this is The Kitty Cat Died. And we're done. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Maybe I'll do one of these next week. We'll see. I've got a couple of other ideas. Some later stuff. I could get into the Blink Dog stuff from high school, but that digs up some pretty old stuff, and is honestly R-rated, if not X, on some of the stuff. But certainly, it'd be fun to go through some of my more recent stuff. I could throw out some Not One Stone material, some Infidel stuff. But thanks everybody for checking me out, hanging out, playing in my basement. Everybody stay safe out there. Enjoy local restaurants and local breweries if you can. A lot of people are delivering are offering a curbside pickup. So please check that out. So yeah, stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. Thanks for stopping in, and we will see you next time. Bye.